Well, here we go. Another marvelous Thursday, and what a rough week for me and stuff. I don't know how your week was, West.
It's been something.
It's been something.
Yep.
I went broke and stuff, so I'm waiting to Thursday to finally get some of my money back and stuff. So yeah, these next 3 days are gonna be rough to get through and stuff. So yeah, that's how my week went and stuff. So there was no, it's just what can you do when you're broke?
It didn't.
Yep. So I gotta wait till 31st and the first and stuff, and then I can get that money back and stuff. That's the only way I see it and stuff. Well, anyways, it's another marvelous Thursday. I'm of course the host, Chopper War Dog 008, and this is the co-host.
Estonians. Oh
Boy,
boy, what a week this has been.
Fantastic Four is finally out. I'm gonna do a review on it. So if you don't want to hear spoilers and stuff, I recommend clicking off. But yeah, and then we can finally actually do the spoilers for Superman as well too, because Wes finally saw it. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you my thoughts of the Fantastic Four. But first, we got some tragedy to go over. Um, yeah. Serious note, we lost three legends today. What, Wes?
Yep.
We lost three of them and stuff. It's crazy and stuff. I do like to also state this and stuff once we go over these legend stuff. Um, but so we lost Malcolm Jamal. I think it was Jamal Warner was first. He died. He died in an accidental drowning and stuff. I think he had saved his daughter and stuff and didn't make it himself. So yeah, he died right there and stuff. So that was a shocker news right there that Malcolm Jamal Warner had died like that. Rest in peace to him. If you don't remember Malcolm Jamal Warner, then this picture might be familiar. So remember him playing as Theo Huxtable?
Yep.
Yep, that's him. So unfortunately he's dead now. 54 years old and stuff, so way before his time, man. Sucks, man. And he was on a family vacation too, dude. Like, just imagine going on a family vacation and just only to realize you're not gonna make it back home, right?
Yep. Sad.
That is sad and stuff. So, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Thanks for being Theo Huxtable. He was a funny dude. Funny dude. Another this is the biggest loss and stuff. A lot of people liked Ozzy Osbourne, and he unfortunately has passed away after a battle of I think it was Parkinson's disease.
Yeah. And being a fan of Ozzy, it hurt.
Yeah, that all three of these hurt me and stuff. I mean, I'm not like your big fan of Ozzy stuff, but I knew about him, so I knew that he was a shit. You know, I knew that
Yep.
he was a shit and stuff. So like, I could feel for the fans that really love this guy and stuff, and you know he died like that and stuff. So that sucks. You know, he's basically your rock version of Michael Jackson. I have to assume
He's basically the granddaddy of metal. If
the granddaddy of metal. Yep. So he's up there with Alice Cooper.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. So yeah, rest your soul, Ozzy Osbourne. You know,
Oh,
Weirdo's
God,
actually said good riddance when he died.
yep. Of course they did.
Why? Why? Really? What did he do to deserve that? Oh, let me guess. He's a racist. The same as he said, because unfortunately, the wrestling universe has lost their wrestling figure stuff. Now, okay, now I know people's gonna probably come probably criticize us for this one, West, and stuff, because we already stated how we felt about Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah.
We already stated that we lost respect for him and stuff. But that's but the reason why that y'all guys want us to hate him because apparently he was a racist or something like that. Now, I already done told you time and time again. I could care less about somebody being racist. I really can. I don't see race anymore. It's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X died for that shit. So what's the point of even going on about racism and stuff? Is there racist people still out there? Yes. Yes. I will admit that. But it's not like you not like the 50s and 60s where you could get lynched for looking at a white girl, right?
Yep.
There
In
you
fact,
go.
I think Morgan Freeman said it best about racism. Stop talking about it.
Yeah. And I agree. Y'all need to start listening to Morgan Freeman and stuff because he ain't wrong and stuff. Like who the fuck cares about somebody being racist, man? And look, and here's the different stuff. Whatever Ozzy Osbourne did, that was racist in their eyes and stuff. Maybe and also there was even things about him being fucked up on drugs. So he probably didn't even know what the fuck he was doing, right?
Yep.
So
Let's be honest. What metalhead wasn't on drugs at that time?
yeah. So I mean, that explains his case and stuff. What you expect from a drug addict? I mean, but he got off of it. He probably
Yeah, he got
regretted
clean.
it, huh?
Yeah, he got clean.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. There's that and stuff. So literally, your racist claims is not like out the window for Ozzy Osbourne and stuff. The man cleaned himself up. Man became beloved and stuff. He made a big comeback and stuff. His final appearance actually was sold out.
Yep. And oh boy, that I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit watching it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was a rough. That was a it was rough to look at him in a chair, but I heard that he was singing good. So that's good. That's a hell of a way to go out then, West.
Yeah, giving the fans one last performance.
Yep.
There was a funny thing too when the performance was done. Sharon told him that people were crying. He's like, "My performance wasn't that bad, right?" So the man had his sense of humor.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Now Hulk Hogan just died. We're gonna talk about this one and stuff. Uh, you already know about Hulk Hogan and stuff. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins, butter. You know about the whole persona of him and stuff. He's and the Hulkamaniacs and stuff. He's a well loved wrestler and stuff. Yeah, he unfortunately passed away too from cardiac arrest. It seems to be a common thing in the wrestling industry and stuff, but you got to take it into consideration and stuff. He did use steroids and stuff, and it was not surprising that shit was going to catch up with him, right?
Yep.
So, like, like, you gotta like listen to your body, man. Like, you can't be doing that stuff and think you're supposed to be okay and stuff. I'm surprised he even lived that long, Wes.
Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm surprised he made it to 71. Because usually wrestlers that do steroids don't make it past 50. Except for Andre's case. Andre's case is a little bit different. But yeah. So I know a lot of so you already know our stance about it. We're not too much. We lost a lot of respect for Hulk Hogan and stuff, but we're willing to put that down because the dude is dead and stuff. So yeah, but we have to look on the bright side. This dude, this guy, did a lot for the wrestling entertainment industry and stuff. Yeah, he might have done things a little asshole whole way and stuff, but I mean, wrestling wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for people like him and a couple others, right?
Yeah,
So there's that part and stuff. So that's why people love him. Is that's why he has a lot of fans. You know, that's why he has a lot of fans and stuff. So like even we have to analyze the fact is he's the reason wrestling is still around today. He's one of the reasons wrestling is still around today. And we I mean no matter if he's racist or whatever he is, you can't change that.
I'm pretty sure he's apologized for what he's said, racism wise.
I'm pretty sure he has to and stuff. I mean, obviously WWE wouldn't have brought him back if he didn't, right? So like so for those of you that's sitting out there, because I did been getting a lot of questions like, why you paying a tribute to him and stuff? Because he is the reason why wrestling's here to. He's one of the reasons why wrestling is here today. Like I could care less about and I know why you guys want me to hate him because he's racist stuff. I could care less about him being racist. That shit doesn't mean nothing. Like I said, that shit means nothing to me and stuff. Uh, that shit means nothing to me. My problem with him was that he disrespected the Undertaker. But it seemed like him and the Undertaker had made up because the Undertaker had released a post saying "Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan," right?
Yep.
So it seemed like the Hulk Hogan and the Undertaker is cleared up and stuff. So like I said, the Undertaker, is saying something and stuff. Then that means I'm gonna put my differences aside and be like, yes, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan and stuff. So yeah, you guys can stop with the question stuff because I'm not bowing down to anything stuff. The Hulk Hogan tribute stream is still gonna happen and stuff, except 2K had killed itself. Why the fuck did it kill itself that night?
I have no idea.
That was hilarious. It's like no Hulk. It was like no Hulk Hogan tribute for you.
Hulkamania will not.
That's fucked up,
Why
man.
would?
Huh?
I'm sure a lot of people were trying to do it, and let's be honest, 2K servers aren't exactly the best.
It just killed. Like, that was the night he. That was the. I did that on the night of the day he died too. Like he died like hours before the stream and stuff, and then that shit happened, right? So probably by the time I get to this stream, he's probably gonna be already 6 feet under. So yeah, these are big losses and stuff. Rest in peace to all three of these stars and legends and stuff. Um, yeah, it sucks, man. But I just like to leave on this local stuff for us '90s and 2000s kids. As we get older, you're gonna start seeing a lot of our famous celebrities, all our famous celebrities starting to go. They're going to start getting old. They're going to start dying and stuff. It's going to start happening. So I think we all should just be prepared. for what's to come. You know, I mean, it's been like this and stuff, but we got to just look at it this way. This is how it's gonna go when we get older. So they're getting old now and stuff. It ain't, how it used to be, right? So we just gotta have to accept it and stuff, learn to live on without them and stuff, and hopefully we get some people that could possibly do better or something, like do better or something, stuff, which would never happen, by the way. So that's how that has to go, right? So you got anything else to add about that? The tragedy?
I gotta say is rest in peace to all three of them.
Yeah.
And for the Hogan situation, I guess you could see it as like a more of a kind of a Chris Benoit thing. Like you can love him as a wrestler, but hate him as a person.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. That's how it works in the wrestling business. To all those idiots out there that likes to hate people because they don't they don't want to bow down and stuff. In the wrestling community, we separate from their personas to their real life counterparts and stuff. See, we do that for all wrestlers and stuff. See, we don't like Terry. I think what is Hulk Hogan's name? Terry.
I think it's Terry.
Let me look it up right quick. Terry Bola. I guess that's his name. But yeah, Terry Bola is that guy, he may be a shitty person, but Hulk Hogan, that's a star. Same deal with Stone Cold Steve Austin, whose real name is Steven Anderson, right?
Triple H, Paul Levesque.
Yep. Shawn Michaels, I think. What is his real name? Oh, Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker, right?
Yep.
We will separate him too if he was an asshole. So, but it seemed like but you seem like he rather keep the persona as this evil monster, right? And American Badass, but it seemed like that Mark Calloway is a very wholesome person and stuff because he has a whole family. Michelle McCool's happy with him, right? Michael Sean Hicklebottom. No wonder he wanted to change his name to Shawn Michaels. I wouldn't blame him and stuff. I wouldn't want this name and stuff. So yeah, you gotta look at it that perspective stuff. Like it's a totally different ball game and stuff. CM Punk, even that case, I heard CM Punk is a full on leftist and stuff. But guess what? We differentiate CM Punk from whatever his name is in real life, right?
Phil Brooks.
Phil Brooks and stuff. So Phil Brooks, we don't care about that guy and stuff. We care about CM Punk, right?
Yep.
And he said it himself. He came out and said it himself. You remember that thing he said himself? He's like, you want me to stop my business just to cater to some riddles online? Remember that shit?
Yep.
That shit was funny. So, yeah. That's how it rolls around here in the wrestling business stuff. We don't look at the wrestlers stuff. We don't look at the wrestler in there, outside of wrestling. Leave that shit out there. But anyways, it's time to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps, Wes. You ready to talk about Fantastic Four?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Oh, it made 218 million in the box office, West. Okay, that didn't too that ain't that's not too bad and stuff, but yeah, I went and saw Fantastic Four for First Steps, and all I'm going to say, and I'm going to start with Fantastic Four Baby Steps. Yeah, Fantastic Four Baby Steps and stuff. Now I will admit the retro 1960s futuristic look, Wes, worked very well in that movie and stuff. It actually was well done and everything. It looked very alive in that movie and stuff. It looks perfect, right? So it fit perfectly for that movie and stuff. This I like that Marvel kind of went back to the basics on this, right? They went back to the basics and stuff. So like it's like basic storytelling stuff. Like here, we got this villain. And so like it starts with the introduction of the Fantastic Four, shows them kicking ass and stuff, like kicking some of their opponents' ass and stuff, and all that shit. Then it kind of moves on to close to when Franklin's about to come along. The baby Franklin's about to come along. Sue's pregnant and everything. So they're getting prepared for that. And then the Silver Surfer Silver Surfette shows up. Silver Surfette shows up, and then they go try to negotiate and stuff. Negotiate and stuff. That's when we get ready to meet Galactus. I love how the atmosphere felt and stuff, because you felt that this guy was this celestial was coming, right?
Yep.
So like I actually felt like terrified. Like we're gonna eventually, when we see this dude's gonna be fucking terrifying. Like like now that he's finally he's not just a cloud no more. He's a celestial. He's actually a legit giant now and stuff. It actually, and when they finally hit space, right? When they finally hit space to go meet him, right? Dude was actually fucking like he looked. It was so damn good and stuff. Like when his eyes open and stuff, like the beam of light shines out, right? That shit was actually creepy and stuff. So I was like, okay, I can ride with this. I can ride with this. This atmosphere of Galactus is coming and everything, right? So the Fantastic Four has to prepare for the worst and stuff. Prepare for the worst and stuff. They thinking that what if we can't get rid of this celestial? So this dude is coming and stuff. He's coming and stuff. He wants to. So Galactus wants to go and take the baby. Wants Franklin to be his heir, right? When the baby is born and stuff. They tried to get the baby and stuff, but it fails and stuff. They tried to get through Sue Storm. Like she literally, like when they went to space, right? Now you would think they would be. Now here's the problem, Wes. You would think, with her being pregnant, that they'll, and then there was a message saying that he wants the baby, right? You would think they will have her stay at home, right? For safety. The baby's in her fucking belly and stuff. She could, this dude, and you know how powerful Galactus is, right?
Yep.
Dude could fucking give her a miscarriage if he wanted to, right? And fucking kill her in the process. But whatever reason and stuff, they decided to take her into space and stuff instead of keeping her at home with that baby and stuff. They make some type of negotiation to where Galactus wants the baby and stuff, and he won't eat the planet. The Fantastic Four says, no, we're not gonna give you the baby. We're not gonna give you the baby and stuff. So yeah, you can't. There has to be some other way and stuff. So Galactus is like, okay, so if you don't want to give me the baby and stuff, then it looks like I'm coming to Earth. I'm coming to Earth and eat your planet up, right? So basically, they try. He tries to take the baby, right? The Silver Surfer tries. Well, the Silver Surf Act and stuff tries to take the baby. The baby. The baby isn't born yet and stuff, but she tries to do what she can to take it, and they have no success and stuff. But they have to fight their way away from the Silver Surfer. Galactus doesn't try to fight back or anything, so he just sends the female Silver Surfer to go get him and stuff, and they have a hard time trying to invade her because she's fast and all that stuff. It would have been so much better if the male Silver Surfer was there though, West. I'm gonna tell you this right now about the female Silver Surfer, West. She was pointless. She was so damn pointless. That movie would have been 10 times better if it was the male Silver Surfer. But for whatever reason, Disney is going to Disney, right?
Yep.
So
Disney gonna girl boss.
Yeah, girl boss and stuff. So yeah, they so yeah, for whatever reason stuff. So she's chasing after them and stuff. They risk losing their ship and everything. Just to try to get away from her and stuff, and then she fails to get them. They head back. They make it back to Earth somehow. Um. Then what else? I'm trying to remember everything. Um. Oh, as they're leaving and stuff, Sue is about to pop, West. Sue is about to have her baby. Right there in space. I was like, how the fuck is that going to work in this stuff? And they have no gravity, West. No gravity and stuff, and this girl is about to pop. So what they instead do is stuff is like, since they're over here trying to get away from the Silver Surfer, and then Sue's over here about to pop and stuff because I think Galactus probably put pressure on her to the point where that baby was coming at any moment, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she is about to pop and stuff, so they had to take her pants off and everything. So and I was like, wow, Vanessa Kirby is stripping for us. That's something I'll never. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Wes. That's the most heterosexual movie that you're gonna get from Marvel in a long time, Wes. Lots of Reed and Sue kissing each other, being lovable couple, being a lovable couple. Even though I will say, Pedro Pascal is not Reed Richards. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there right now. But I will make a little exception. But yeah, so she's giving birth. After they escape the Silver Surfer, Franklin is born. Franklin's born and stuff, so the family is able to spend a little bit of time. But when they arrive back home, right? The world is thinking, hey, the Fantastic Four just stopped the Galactus, right? They just stopped Galactus and stuff, and they were watching the Kakuta, so they were over here like they stopped Galactus, and stuff. Fantastic Four came in and said, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. The guy is still coming and stuff. So the world turns against them for a little bit and stuff because they wouldn't hand the baby over and stuff. Which I can kind of understand why they wouldn't hand the baby over and stuff. Would you want to do the same thing for your child, West?
Hell nah.
Yeah. So like the world turns against them because everybody thinks that the Fantastic Four, was just going to give the world up to them and stuff. But it took for a bit and stuff until Sue had to step up and had to confront all of them. Had to confront all everybody, so because they had protests in front of the Baxter building. She had to basically tell them, hey, look, this is my son. We can't we can't go around over here hating us because we didn't want to give the sun up and stuff. But she was talking about how the Fantastic Four has feelings too, right?
Yep.
So she's doing anything she can to be a good mother and stuff. So she's doing whatever it can. So she has to tell people to look at it from their perspective, like hey, look, I'm a mother too, and I deserve to have my child and stuff as much to save this world. Like I want to do both, right? Save my child and save the world, right? So so the people actually sat down and listened to that and stuff, like, cause she had to step up, be a mother and stuff, be like, we all had to come in, do our parts and stuff. We have to work together to defeat Galactus. We have to, find a counter. There's other ways to defeat Galactus stuff. Right? So they all worked together to start building some. I think it was like a bridges and stuff to move the Earth, right? To move the Earth around. Um. By the way, Johnny Storm fighting with the female Silver Surfer is actually a thing, but it doesn't go anywhere, West.
Of course it doesn't.
Yeah, but I will admit, Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm act like themselves, Wes. I was shocked, right? But the only difference is Ben Grimm's the voice still sucked. But I was willing to look past that because at least at least you could tell that was Ben Grimm, right?
Yep.
Like he was, hating himself because he became this rockhead, right? He became this rock guy now and stuff. So he was hating himself and stuff. So he's over here looking down on himself. So the scenes with Ben Grimm in there and stuff were actually very well done. Because Ben Grimm's over here feeling sad about himself, but also caring about the child. Wanting to be Uncle Ben, right? And also while also trying to make himself feel better about himself. He does talk with this teacher, stuff, but he doesn't like get into the relationships because I think he did not want to endanger the teacher, right? He didn't want to endanger the teacher stuff, which is understandable, right? So he didn't try to like flirt with anybody and stuff. Johnny Storm, yeah, ladies were wanting Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm was being a ladies' man. I was expecting him to be a full-on cuck, West. And that surprised me. I was like, wow, Johnny Storm is Johnny Storm, West. And Ben Grimm is Ben Grimm, except without the voice, without the graspy voice. So I was like, okay, so yeah, Johnny and Ben are the best thing in the movie and stuff. I will say, Sue Storm, it is a very good butter stuff. Like it was some well done acting with Vanessa Kirby. Being this mother figure, right? She she was she's doing what a mother would do. So she would sacrifice for she would sacrifice her anything for her child, just for her child to be safe. Um, Now Pedro Pascal, he ain't Reed Richards. But he did his part. He stuck to it, right? But Wes, he just ain't no Reed Richards. Wes, he just was not Reed Richards. there was even times he just didn't even look like he wanted to be there either, Wes. Like, you see his face throughout some of the parts of the movie, it just looked like he was just like, what the fuck am I doing here and stuff, right?
Yep.
I bet you his buddy didn't know how to react when he started kissing Vanessa Kirby, right?
Yep.
Because we don't know this dude. Because the way he acts outside of these roles and stuff, he acts like a gay dude. So we all think he's gay, right? Think he's gay and all that and stuff. But it was a different story in the movie and stuff. Like, I could just tell you right now. I bet he was shocked to get to kiss a woman, Wes. I bet you he was shocked. I bet you he's probably reconsidering. He's like, maybe being straight ain't so bad after all, Wes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel like maybe it probably was best for him to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So maybe it could turn him straight. Who knows? Who knows? Except for him being a creep, I don't think nobody wants that creep. But yeah, they were okay and stuff. Now I'm gonna explain why the female Silver Surfer is pointless. So, yeah, it was pointless from the get go and stuff because, like I say, it would have worked so much better and stuff. Now I will say the two-thirds of the movie, right? Like 2 out of the 3 was good until we got to the fucking third act, which everybody got done dirty. Everybody got done dirty. Galactus and the Fantastic Four got done dirty. I don't know. I don't even know how the fuck you fuck that up and stuff. You had yourself a good little story. The story was back to basic stuff, which I'm willing to accept. At this point, Marvel and stuff, you actually did a good job of just going back to basics. Because honestly, that will be the best for you and stuff. So I say, in terms of this movie and stuff, it was one of the better movies of 2025, and it actually would have worked in phase 2. It would have worked in phase 1. It would have worked in phase 1. Um, it's up there with the Dark World, World and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put it along the list of that, but that's not saying much and stuff because that Act 3, man, they fucked it up, man. So which we're gonna get to stuff. So as they're preparing to get ready for Galactus stuff, they're having trouble and stuff. They're building bridges to like move the Earth and stuff. So Reed Richards like, yeah, we need to just move the Earth and stuff. Move the Earth with these levers and stuff. So we got to build levers all over the world to have everybody move the world and stuff. So that way, Galactus, can't reach there in time, right? Um, so yeah, that's what they do and stuff. So what happens is that they use so what their plan was. So when that all goes to shit because the female Silver Surfer comes back and starts destroying the levers, Wes, in other parts of the world, right? So Johnny Storm had to come out and stop her and stuff. So what he does is he's actually been studying her language and stuff. The dude studied the language, right? Studied her language, and figured out, the messages and stuff. So when he figured out the messages and everything and stuff, he confronts her. He goes after her, confronts her, and starts playing like the messages on other worlds that she saved. Thanking her on the other planets that she saved and everything and stuff. And then, she was getting bombarded by it and stuff. She's over here she stops in her tracks and stuff. She's looking at the message she saves and stuff, and then Johnny Storm is like, "What the fuck you doing? You saved all these people and stuff, but you're not going to save Earth. You can actually do better by saving Earth, right? Continue is to rebel against Galactus and stuff, right? So she's over here, So Johnny Storm also figures out that. So this is where the flashback happens. So it starts with Shao just being her normal self and stuff, actually beautiful and finally beautiful and stuff. Yeah, Julia Gardner actually able to be beautiful 1 second in that movie. I will admit she looked better. I say it's not like nothing blowing off the wall, right, Wes? She looked better though. She looked better and stuff, but she still was pointless. Um, she's with her daughter, right? Now you think, okay, and this one blows me away, Wes. Now you would think that with Shia LaBeouf having a child, right? You would think Norton Rad will make a cameo appearance, right? This
Yeah,
would have
you'd
been a
think.
good, huh?
You'd think.
This would have been a good time for for Norton Rad to be right there and stuff. So Galactus comes in and is choosing, right? And since you did make Rise of the Silver Surfer, the 2007 movie canon, right? How about this? What they could have done is that Galactic, it could have been self-explanatory for the point of why she's there, right? Because this could have been like Galactus could have been like, it could have been like, Norton Rad, you have failed me in our last attempt against the Fantastic Four, right? Because they did make that canon, right? They made that canon and so Galactus sees like, yeah, you have failed me. You have failed me the last attempt and stuff. So this time, I don't want you. Stay with your child and stuff. I'll just take your girlfriend and turn her into the Silver Surfer, right? That would have made sense for the point of her being there, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Well, guess what, Wes? I might have to tell you, no sign of the daddy anywhere. And we know who the daddy is of that child is, right?
Yep.
He was nowhere to be found.
Right.
So another one of those Disney Marvel moments stuff where Daddy is nowhere to be in sight and stuff because either he walked out on them or something like that and stuff. Like you could at least you could have explained. Well, the father is stuck in another universe and stuff because the whole situation with Galactus, right? You could have also used that. You could have been like, yeah, that original fight with the other Fantastic Four. He's stuck in that universe. That's him. That father that the father of that child is stuck in that universe. We would have understood completely. Be like, okay, we see why that he had to go with Shia LaBeouf because Rise of the Silver Surfer, and at some point we'll get him back. That'll be a good way to bring him back, right? But nope. Girl boss the hell out of that, mind you and stuff. Oh, the person that shouldn't even be Silver Surfer. Good job, Disney, for botching the Silver Surfer story, Wes. Somebody who people wanted to see, Wes. People wanted to see the Silver Surfer, man. You had an opportunity, Marvel, to bring it, to have an Easter egg of the Silver Surfer eventually coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you botched it because you cannot help yourselves with the girl boss that is with girl boss and everything and stuff. That's your problem, Marvel. That's the reason why people walked away. Maybe this movie would do well because the 2/3 of the movie. So yeah, moving on to the part where it's time to face Galactus. He shows up, starts You know, when he shows up, starts getting ready to walk around the city, right? It's hovering over the city and everything. Luckily, the Fantastic Four had everybody evacuated, right?
Yep.
So they're so what happens is they gave Mole Man the call and stuff. Mole Man helps them underground and stuff. So the people are not the citizens are now underground and stuff. So that way no civilian casualties and stuff. And that way it will just be them and the Fantastic Four. Them and the him and the Fantastic Four and stuff. So you think so like it's a nice little fight. Sue gets into a car crash, so gets knocked out. And so the men are trying to figure it out and stuff. So it was like a little proper fight and stuff. So what their goal is, since they're gonna use the bait, they're gonna get the baby as bait and stuff. They're gonna have them sit right there at where one of the levers is. I think it was in Times Square. Wait for him to go near it and stuff. So when he detected the baby on his little radar thing, right, on his heat signature and stuff, he started walking towards it and stuff. But Galactus actually pulled a smart one on them, right? And when he realized that shit was that it was an empty little baby cradle, right? An empty beta cradle and stuff. He actually scans the Baxter building and finds the baby right there, right? So he tricks the Fantastic Four and goes to the Baxter building, right? Herbie tries to lock down the building and stuff, thinking that was going to keep Galactus away, right? That well, unfortunately, I hate to tell him that. I hate to tell you, Robot. Uh, Galactus has heat signature and stuff. He's about to bust right through. Boom! Dude grabs the baby, West. I was like, you see that? You see? I was like, wow, a proper villain fight, right? For now, a proper villain fight and stuff where Galactus is actually outsmarting them, right? So he guards the child and stuff. Now the Fantastic Four has to now save the baby and stuff. Uh, save the baby and stuff. So what they try to do is they try to free the baby. Reed Richards tries to go to freeze the baby. Uh, Thing gets thrown and stuff, thrown around. Sue tells him, look, go and stuff. I'll try to push him towards the levers, right? So they can activate the portal. Johnny Storm goes to get the portal ready, so that way when he falls through it and stuff, it can just suck him in. The thing has to keep hitting him back over there, because he can pick up things, hit him with it. So he has to get him to stumble back. But instead of Reed, just try, helping the situation, because you think with his stretchy powers, right? He could just launch dude, trip the dude, right? Like how Elastigirl did that Omnidroid robot in Incredibles, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Elastigirl could trip the robot, a giant robot, over and stuff. So you would think Reed would be, help Sue out, but Sue didn't. But Sue was like, I don't need the help. Just go and stop him and stuff. I'm like, Sue, what are you doing? What are you doing and stuff? That dude is going to drain every life out of you. It's if you hold that first shot low. So we already got a piece of what he can do to Sue and stuff. All he needs is just so much pressure that it can literally kill Sue. And it literally, in this case, it actually does kill Sue. Because she kept fucking putting the force field on, and he kept putting pressure on her. That shit was killing her. Doing that shit all by herself, because she doesn't need no man and stuff. That's another girl boss mode that Disney Marvel couldn't help themselves on. That's what killed Act 3 for me. right there and stuff. Sue thought she was big and bold and stuff, where she has her husband who can stretch himself out and have the dude trip over to the lever, right? So she's over here dying and stuff. Johnny Storm, tries to, blind his eyes with the fire. The thing, continues his distractions, trying to, punt him and hit him over there. So as they realize that he isn't budging and stuff, right? He's powerful and stuff. Sue eventually dies. Technically dies. She just fucking dies. Because he put so much pressure on her and stuff, it wasn't even funny. So I'm like, wow, what a way to get yourself killed. Hello, you forget your husband exists? But I guess girl bosses don't need no man, Wes, right? So Johnny Storm realizes that, oh shit. So they do finally get him over to the portal, right? And then it starts coming out, right? So it starts sucking him in and everything, right? And it's like a slow progress, but yeah, but Reed saved the child. Johnny, but it starts sucking him in and stuff. But then he starts trying to get back out of it and stuff. So like, Johnny's like, oh shit, he's about to get back out, right? So Johnny Storm is like, well, fuck, my sister is dead and stuff. So I might want to just sacrifice myself, right? To get him through the portal, right? Because that actually did happen in the comics, where Johnny Storm actually had to sacrifice himself by going through a portal stuff. So it would have been like an understandable heroic moment and stuff. I would have accepted that Act 3 if they would have just let Johnny Storm do that, right? It would have been sacrificial, right?
Yep.
So Johnny Storm is about to, charge up and about to push him in, go full out and stuff, and push him and Galactus through the portal and stuff. And guess what? You would not believe. Just take a guess what happens as he's about to pull his heroic moment. What do you think happens?
Sue comes back.
Huh?
Sue comes back.
No.
Silver Surfette.
Yes. Silver Surfette pushes him out the way, makes him fall down, makes him go crashing, pushes him out the way, and she goes in and pushes herself and Galactus through the portal, and the portal closes. I was like, you better hope those 2 to 3 that acts 1 and 2 just saved your movie, because that shit right there is a very vague reason why people has left the MCU. Why would you do that shit? Why can a man not save the day? Why, West? Why? Why can't Johnny Storm be sacrifice himself, right? They eventually bring him back, right? So why and stuff? Because Marvel can't help themselves and stuff. That's the girl boss. That's where the girl boss happens right there. So it's not like all over the movie and stuff. It's not all over the movie, thankfully, and stuff. It's at the very end where Sue and the female Silver Surfette had to come and save the day. I was like, oh my fucking god and stuff. So I asked Michelle this question, West. I was like, would you sacrifice do shit like that? Sacrifice yourself for your child? She said,
yes, I would.
Huh?
Yes, I would. But what did she say?
She said, yeah, I would do that stuff, but I would she would move. So I asked her about would she make me save me and then sacrifices herself and stuff. She said, "Yeah, I would for the sake of you and the child." Right? I was like, "What?" So you don't want me sacrificing for the family? I asked her stuff. She was like, "What was wrong with that?" And stuff. I was like, "There's plenty wrong with that and stuff. Usually it's the men doing that." Because I explained to her, I was trying to explain this without being sexist, right? I would say because we want y'all women to be able to live longer and everything and stuff, live longer, be able to prosper and everything and stuff. So that when something happens to us, you guys won't have to worry about it, right? That's how it used to work and stuff. But I guess that's not the case no more, Wes. I guess our generation, guess these women want to die like that, Wes. Good lord, that killed it for me. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about the post credit scene and stuff, they do a heavy tribute to Jack Kirby, right? It's basically just the cartoon, so it's nothing really be fanboying over. It's just the cartoon of the Fantastic Four cartoon and stuff. But the second post credit scene, here's the important one. It is indeed Sue reading a book to a 4-year-old Franklin, right? But guess who shows up there, Wes? Robert Downey
Shows up.
Jr.'s Doctor Doom, Wes. The only thing that make that reference to Avengers Doomsday that we're gonna get. So Robert Downey Jr. does make a cameo and stuff, but you do not see his face and stuff. What happens is that you're gonna see the mask is off. The mask is off, right? But he's gonna be facing away from the camera, so you don't see Robert Downey Jr.'s face. You just see him holding his mask and stuff, his mask and stuff. But he's looking at Franklin, right? So I mean, there's your introduction of Doctor Doom, Wes. So are you excited for Avengers Doomsday?
Yeah, totally.
So what do you think about this be explained in the movie, Wes?
Honestly, I'm. Honestly, I don't know. It's there is so much potential there.
That's what I said. A wasted potential. And you know what? You know what? And this is another thing I want to bring up about that female Silver Surfer. That final part where she went to go sacrifice herself, that would have been a. It would have worked so much better with that male Silver Surfer, West. That's why I said if you would have had Norton Rad, nobody would have looked at that as a girl boss type of deal. That it would have been free of girl boss and stuff. Because you know what you just did? You had a man and woman sacrifice themselves. So it's basically Norton Rad and Sue Storm saving the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which would have made sense and stuff. That's what I said. This shot ball as the Silver Surfer does not work. Why you didn't bring back Norton Rad is beyond me. Somebody who people have been dying to see again. And he's nowhere to be found. And if you was going to use her as the Silver Surfer and stuff, you should have had a reason why it should have been something to do with the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie and stuff. Being like Galactus doesn't trust Norrin Rad and stuff, so he gives it to Shia Ball instead. Because it would have made more sense. Because Norrin Rad did fail Galactus in that universe, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so there you go. And eventually Norrin Rad betrayed Galactus and killed him. So, it would have made sense right there stuff, but Marvel doesn't think like that. And that's the problem stuff. Galactus was done dirty and the Fantastic Four was done dirty. at that final scene and stuff. This movie had so much potential, and then it fucks up at the third act, man. But overall and stuff, it's not the worst thing I've seen. Like I said, the retro futuristic 1960s worked and stuff. The story worked. It was back to basics, so I will give it the pass and stuff. I will give it a pass for that. That it went back to basics of Marvel and stuff. So and that's kind of what you need to do at this point. Marvel is to stick with that formula. Uh, and stuff. And that Act 3 should have never happened without Norrin Radd. So, but overall, Wes, I enjoyed the movie. At least I can say this, Wes, with my indie review of this. This is the most heterosexual Marvel movie ever.
And in recent times, that is saying something.
Yep. You don't think you're not gonna find something that straight in Marvel product no more. Shoot. That is as straight as it gonna get. As it gonna get. Oh man. So yeah, I did enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy the third act. You want to review Superman now?
I guess we can do a quick little rundown.
All right, you go ahead. This business. Let me go ahead and pull up the box office. Ah, 500 million, West. All right, so go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. The review for Superman 2025. This movie definitely knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
Every character was played right. They were played well. Freaking Mr. Terrific was fantastic.
That's what I said. That's the same thing I said. Is I loved Mr. Terrific.
Boy, when Superman found out he was able to go all out, man, he just turned into him. Like he was just fighting like mad.
Yep.
Because normally Superman has to hold back. He found out that he didn't have to. Boy, he let it fly.
But I will admit something though to this movie and stuff. What Fantastic Four did that Superman failed to do is that they should at least showed the Fantastic Four winning a lot of their fights and stuff. But Superman had him down though a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have
that did suck.
Huh?
Yeah, that did suck. Where Superman was losing a bunch of his fights. I'm like, man, I know what you're trying to do here, but come on, he's not gonna lose every single fight.
That's what I said and stuff. Like I understand you want him to, you want to build him up from the ground up and stuff. Like build him up from the ground up and stuff. But but the fights that he lost, man, like
or fights that he really shouldn't have lost.
Yeah. I mean, it was a satisfying ending, though.
Yes, it was.
I did like that ending and stuff. That was some satisfying shit and stuff. And stuff. And we got to talk about Lex Luthor, Wes.
Oh, I loved Lex Luthor.
That is Lex Luthor right there. If you ever saw one.
Oh yeah, that was like Justice League Unlimited Lex Luthor. Like that was Lex Luthor at his peak.
And that's how you create a proper villain right there.
Yeah. Just have him hating on Superman, because that's exactly what Lex's character is. He does not like Superman.
Yep. And I think they did a good job with the villain and stuff. But I think the only thing I had to say is that they gave him a little too much freedom to, toy with Superman, right?
Yeah.
It was like it was too much freedom and stuff. I think there should have been times where Lex Luthor should have lost these fights and everything, so, because we all know Superman, this dude is overpowered. You see what this dude can do? Do? Man can just stand there, take a bunch of rockets to the face, and nothing happens to him. Remember that Superman?
Yep.
So yeah, what else you got to say?
Fight choreography was great.
Yep.
Ooh. And of course, Supergirl being in there. That
But why
was
was she drunk?
I don't know, but it was nice to see her though.
Yeah, it was nice to see her and stuff. I didn't understand, like, why we had to bring her in drunk and stuff. It's like, what the hell? Like, I understand you wanted to be like, okay, well, this is our next movie and stuff, but how about we bring in a sober Supergirl and stuff? Not her broke down too. Like James Gunn, look, I know
Not
you
her,
try, huh?
not her slurred. Where's my dog?
Yep. I don't even think Superman and Supergirl could even get drunk. I mean, they can and stuff, but they're not going to have, like, you know, puking or blacking out or anything, right?
Not to my
So
knowledge.
yeah, I don't think they have to worry about that shit. Man, I wish I had that type of power. I would definitely be drinking alcohol. So yeah, but yeah,
Aside from some questionable choices for the movie, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's a classic Superman movie. You can't go wrong with it.
David Corn Sweet is Superman.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry for those Henry Cavill fans out there and stuff, but yeah, the dude proved himself to be Superman. And there's another thing I would like to say. I wish there was more time with Lois and Superman too.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, because like I said, like, if he's gonna go through all this shit, at least let him spend some time with his girlfriend. So like I said, but yeah. So if I gotta compare Fantastic Four and Superman, Fantastic Four does better with allowing the heroes to shine instead of getting constantly defeated and stuff, because that's what Superman lacked at and stuff. But Superman, at least didn't have no girl boss moments, Wes. It was strictly man was able to do anything, West.
It's amazing.
It's amazing where that goes and stuff. So I don't know, honestly. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. Uh win this fight and stuff. I mean, you better hope that those first two acts holds up and stuff for y'all over here, Marvel. Y'all better hope that and stuff, because if they see that, if people goes around and talk about that girl boss and stuff, people gonna get turned off from this movie. It's like this movie's gonna fail. And like I said, it's not even that bad a movie. Like I said, it's up there with Thor the Dark World and Guardians Volume 2. And that's a good thing, because you went back to basics and stuff. So you saved yourself from this being a shitty movie and stuff by any means, because you girl boss at the end and stuff. But Superman is definitely winning with the male testosterone, right?
Yeah, and the big question: would I see Superman again over Fantastic Four? Absolutely.
Yep, I definitely see Superman over this because, like I said, I don't want to be. I don't want to. I don't want a woman sacrificing themselves for me. That's just not right. Oh man. So yeah, there we go. Moving on. Right? What we start with? Okay, we already talked about that. Okay, that. Oh, what did we talk about this, West?
You know what? I think this came up right after we ended last week.
I think it did too. But Kevin Feige has come out and said and made some statements and stuff. And Kevin Feige, you gonna keep shooting yourself in the foot here? What, Kevin? Like, look at this shit he says. I said this before. Woke and DEI became a thing. I'm still saying it. After Marvel is the world outside your window. It's not Gotham City and Metropolis. This is New York and LA. And yes, there's also Wakanda and Asgard, but it is all made up of people who make up our world. The fuck is that supposed to mean, Kevin? Kevin, when we said that it had DEI and stuff, we said that you put in characters that nobody cared about. Nobody cared about these characters that you've been introducing to us in Phase 4 and then Phase 5 too, even at that. You brought in characters that nobody cared about. So people walked away and stuff. You're not looking at the point here, Kevin. That people are calling you out because you decided to throw in characters like Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Agatha. Like, who the fuck is gonna want to see those characters, Wes? Who the fuck? And it, and then for you to sit up here and say that this is New York and L.A. What? He can't even differentiate Marvel from the real world, Wes. Like, what the hell is he doing? I think it's time for Kevin Feige to go.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything good.
Yep. Oh, yeah, because this is the same. Marvel is outside your window stuff. So, yeah, outside in Hollywood's window. It hasn't been outside our window stuff. You haven't been catering to us. Maybe I'll give Fantastic Four Inception. That's why as close as you're gonna get to you actually catering to us for once, West. Well, Thunderbolts kind of did too. But even then, you put characters that nobody really can't get behind of. Besides Bucky, John Walker, and Yelena. That's it. And look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. Then we got the Shields at the gate. White Wing Backlash. Right Wing Backlash, West. We're right wingers, West. Even though we just proved to him the other day that we're nowhere near to being right wingers. But yeah, we're not gonna read through this shit and stuff. But then he goes on to talk about Iman Vellani and stuff. Yeah, you can probably keep her around. Maybe she might do something with Miss Marvel. Maybe make her a likable character now. But I say that nobody cares about Miss Marvel. I'm sorry, Kevin Feige. You either gotta get with the times or get the fuck out. And look, he also said this, Wes. He also said this. Check this out. It always comes down to where the best story is and which characters would be great interacting with each other. Something he has not been doing for the past 5 years now, Wes. Ain't that hilarious? Like, Kevin Feige, what are you doing? Oh, that's not even all, Wes. That's not even all this motherfucker came out and said. Because he talked about Blade. And we all know what happened to Blade, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. No, that's the wrong one. Shit, I gotta find it.
You're nuts.
You should probably rename these.
I don't even think I put it on yet. There.
I know you haven't. You used it before.
Shit. Oh, I used it on the Discord. That's why. That's why it's done. That's okay.
I think I have it. I think I reposted it when I posted that.
Yeah, right here. I can find it right now. Yeah, you already know what happened to that. I wonder, Wes. I wonder what happened to that little dream fantasy he had, Wes. You wanna know what happened to that? This movie came in and had Blade said this.
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Yeah, Kevin Feige, what you have to say about that? Why don't you come out to explain about that one? Why was that allowed in the movie?
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
That was so great, Wes. There's only been one Blade. There's ever going to be one Blade. And I still think that's going to be the case and stuff. Now, they said that they're going to eventually come up with this movie in 2028. Do you believe that shit, Wes?
No.
No, I don't believe it and stuff. Wesley Snipes killed the movie. Huh?
Yeah. And I would like to remind people, they announced this movie back in 2021.
By the time this movie if this movie does get made,
by the time this movie's out, it would have been almost 8 years since its announcement, and yet it's gonna come out half baked.
It's gonna come out with Girl Boss somewhere, and so we don't even know if he even changed. By the looks of the statements he's made, looks like he's not. It's the same old MCU bullshit, especially after what I just saw in Fantastic Four for baby steps. That's what I'm calling it and stuff because, like I said, it's progress. It's progress. Say that you want to do better. But that Girl Boss is what that Girl Boss that you did at the end and stuff. I'm not gonna let you live that down. But Kevin Feige says there's been 4 versions of Blade, and they finally decided on which on a take set in modern day. Right then and there. You have lost me. Right there, Wes. You know what that modern day means, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're about to fuck it up. Yep. No, well. Sucks to be Mahershala if he even gonna want to be on the project and stuff. And by the time this movie comes out, he's gonna be past 60. Well, how old is he now?
I think he's like in his.
I'm just gonna misspell it and okay, that didn't work. Okay, you know what? I'll just look at his recent movie, Jurassic World Rebirth. I can never spell that dude's name for shit.
Okay.
So he was born in 1974, which he's 51. So 8 years from now, he's gonna be pushing 60.
Yep. He's gonna be in his 60s by the time this movie actually comes out.
So you'd be just better off putting in Wesley Snipes as Blade in. It's like you might as well just make an old man Blade. What is wrong with old man Blade, Wes? Hey, what is wrong with that? I don't know what's wrong with that and stuff, but yeah, and look what else he said. And this is what's gonna this is the killer right here. We didn't just want to put a leather outfit on him and have him start killing vampires, Wes. My God, Kevin, what is he? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't think he knows what he's doing, West. We didn't just. I'm gonna read that again, Wes. I'm gonna read that again. We didn't just want to put a leather outfit on him and have him start killing vampires, even though that's the whole fucking point of Blade. So what you telling me, Wes, is that you going to take out what makes Blade? Oh yeah, girl boss indeed, Wes. Nah, just keep that movie canned, Kevin Feige. Keep it canned. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody ain't doesn't give a shit about Blade at this point. Your Blade movie means nothing. His whole fucking job is to do exactly this, and Kevin Feige's like, no, let's not let him do that. What else is he supposed to do? Like, this dude needs to go. Like, this is a black man. You over here wondering your mouth off about diversity and shit, and you can't even give a black man give this dude who is a black man a vampire slayer the shit that he needs to kill vampires. You can't even do that. What the hell are you doing at this point? What the hell is the point of you working there at this point? This just blows my mind, West. So yeah, Wes, you think this movie's ever coming out?
No, and I don't want it to.
I really don't want it to. Not with him saying this shit. Yeah, we don't want him just to put on a whole fucking point of his job. That's what makes Blade. You've taken everything that makes Blade. Ain't nobody's going to see this shit. That's gonna be the biggest flop of all time. Like, oh, you could change it up a bit. Why don't you take a little inspiration from John Wick? Make it like that. Make it something new and stuff, like a John Wick Marvel movie type of style, right? Blade has like, you know, like how John Wick could get hurt too, right? How'd that happen for Blade? Where he's going through obstacles and shit. That it ain't easy for him to win against these vampires. Good lord. How complicated is and then to top that off, and stuff. So hey Kevin, I just want you to hear
There's
one more
only been
thing.
one.
I just want you to hear one more thing.
There's only been one blade. There's only ever going to be one blade.
Looks like that theory is true from Wesley Snipes, isn't it? Hey, that ain't us saying it. That was Wesley Snipes that said that shit.
Yeah.
Like, he does not know what he's doing anymore. And what is this? What is this they gonna do with Secret Wars?
It's gonna be a fucking reset button.
So let me get this straight. All our characters die, and that's how the universe resets? Okay, that needs to be a movie? So what I'm getting is that this is a waste of our time, Wes, right? This is gonna be a waste of our time. The current MCU plan is 7 years long. I think it goes to 2032. 2032?
You'll be lucky to make it to 2028 at this rate.
With all the box office flops they've been having for the last couple years, they're barely even scraped. They haven't even made a single hit yet this year.
Yeah, not a single hit in the shows or the movies. Y'all ain't got nothing good going right now.
And if Fantastic Four is a fail, that's it. That's it. You better hope that girl.
Y'all ain't gonna make it to Doomsday at this rate.
So I'm saying they're gonna be like, we have to scrap Doomsday because we lost a lot of money to Fantastic Four. That's because you didn't have a plan. You didn't even have a plan. You scrapped this shit at the last minute because you knew Kang was not going to do you wonders. You thought Kang was Thanos, and you realized Kang was not Thanos. So you had to scrape that and then say, well, none of that matters and stuff, but I guess Captain America Brave New World matters, Thunderbolts matters, Ironheart matters and stuff, because they're all going to be in Doomsday and stuff. And guess what? All of those movies have been failures. Movies and TV shows. And we still got one episode to watch from that shitty ass TV show Ironheart, West.
Yep.
I almost forgot about that shit. God. I'll be glad when it's all like you. I don't even think you're making it to 2032 at this rate, Wes. They're not. So I don't know, guys. Are you excited for Avengers Secret Wars? Because I'm not. All it is just a reset singular timelines button. What the hell is that?
Kevin, I don't know what kind of drugs you're on.
All the Avengers are going to do is press the reset button. The Avengers that ain't even the Avengers. I bet you this. And by the looks of it, looks like it's going to be young Avengers. Let's take a look at that casting. What Avengers? What Avengers? Where are the Avengers, Wes?
Where?
Not a
Where they
single.
at?
Huh?
I don't see them.
Not a single damn Avenger. Look, what I'm seeing here is Young Avengers stuff. So you mean to tell me this is gonna be a bait and switch movie? Young Avengers, folks. This okay? Then you should title this Young Avengers Secret Wars. Then I tell you one thing. I tell you this. I bet you they didn't want to do that. What? Why, Wes? Because that would have failed so fast. Wait. I just now realized something. You got the Fantastic Four there. So shouldn't this be called Fantastic Four Secret Wars?
Maybe, but oh god.
I don't even know what they're even doing anymore. You got the Fantastic Four. Oh, there. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is gonna be a disaster. But guess what, Wes? They're placing their cards all on the table, Wes, because they got the Fantastic Four in the theme parks too, Wes. You ready to see this? Let's take a look at the Fantastic Four coming to Tomorrowland. Why the fuck they look like porn stars? Am I watching the Fantastic Four, or am I watching the Fantastic Four for pornos? West. What the hell was that? That shit looked like a porno that they were getting ready for a porno, West. I ain't gonna lie. You see this shit, West?
Mano, olha isso. Quando eu vi esse vídeo.
It's Hulk throwing it back.
What the fuck is wrong? I gotta see that again. I'm sorry. I gotta see that again. Oh my god. I'm dead.
Mano, olha isso. Quando eu vi esse vídeo.
What the fuck? What the? What?
Mano, olha isso.
The Hulk is fucking naked, Wes.
What the fuck?
I hate when I'm right about porn, getting ready for a porno and stuff, and I see that shit. Good lord, man. That basically sums up superheroes nowadays and stuff. It basically might as well be a porno nowadays. All the shit that's been coming out in Marvel Studios. And it gets better from here. They hired another writer. for Blade. Another writer. Why? That's like the 8th writer now. That's it. And he worked on Fantastic Four First Steps, which I'm going to tell you this right now. That movie flops. That's not going to look good for you. Thunderbolts flopped. Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, that's one good thing, right?
Yep. And Transformers 1, that's another one. So, not exactly a good track record so far.
And then with this movie just coming out, how the fuck is he gonna write? What? And then this is the dude that wrote the script for Fantastic Four First Steps. Then no wonder Sue and the female Super Surfette went full girl boss mode. Which means you can if he's going to stay on this project, you can probably expect the same from Blade. Somebody's on the sideline Blade to go full girl boss mode. The fuck? Nah, I wouldn't trust this dude. I like how they said we are in good hands. Stuff. No, we're not. 7 years. This movie was announced in 2019. Jesus Christ, man. And then, by the way, so it's too late for the promos now, so because I went and saw the movie and stuff, and but yeah, they decided that this dinner scene is more important than advertising them fighting heroes, right?
Sunday at 7 on the dot. No.
So for whatever reason, they just had this hard on for this dinner. The PR for Fantastic Four has been a mess. That's another thing to not get people into looking at this movie. And we already saw how the Super Surfer looks, right, West? This is another view of her and stuff. What do you think about that face, West? Does she look better here?
No.
All right. Oh, by the way, Kevin Feige said something again. He's running his mouth off himself. So guess what he said this time, West? Says even before what had happened to Jonathan Majors, we had started to realize that King wasn't Thanos. So you already knew this shit was just dead on arrival stuff. So why? You should have just took a rest period. You really should have just took a rest period, Kevin Feige. If you wanted to release the standalones, like the standalones that was the outliers, like Spider-Man No Way Home, it should have been Spider-Man No Way Home. Then you should have released. What was next that came after that? That was a good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, right? Then it was Guardians. You should have let that come out. Then you should have let Deadpool. Then of course Deadpool Wolverine. And then maybe the Thunderbolts to give it a shot. Maybe your Thunderbolts movie would have did better if you would have just left shit alone, right? And by the way, they didn't even make this dude look strong anyways and stuff. You want to know how, you remember how he gets defeated, West?
He gets defeated by Ant-Man of all fucking people.
Yep. And along with those banana dildos that showed up, right? I haven't forgotten about the banana dildos, Wes. What a joke. and stuff. And look at this, Wes. Oh my god, dude. And then when you show me this, I'm just over here like, what? His son has been playing Marvel Rivals. Became a Marvel fan after playing Marvel Rivals. He was asking me to tell him more about hell. Oh, I feel bad for his son. That's the
Yeah.
wrong. Huh?
Yep, I feel bad for his son. Let me just read his quote for you. He was asking me to tell him more about Hela, tell him more about the Punisher and these other characters. Then he started singing them out in the shows. He's going to be very disappointed.
Bro, the best bet is to go to, hey. Kevin Feige's son, if you hear this, go look at the comics and stuff. Do not listen to your father. Your father has been brain dead for the past 5 years. He has lost his way in the MCU. So, yeah, if I was that son, and so I'll be like, Dad, I would be damned if I asked you about any of these characters. I'm just gonna look at the comics for myself. But don't read the comics and stuff. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to watch your terrible TV shows. Look in the shows. By the way, Hela does not show up in a TV show. When did she become in a TV show, Wes? Wasn't it Thor Ragnarok that she was in?
Yeah, she was in Thor Ragnarok.
So what the fuck? What shows you gonna show him that has nothing to do with Hela? And Punisher's only been in one TV show so far, and it didn't really go nowhere. At least not yet. Maybe season 2 will be better, right? So if you're gonna watch the show, I would recommend for the Punisher, watch the Netflix show, The Punisher. You'll learn more for what Netflix did with the character Punisher than you would with Kevin Feige's MCU. Even though he did make those canon stuff, but still, I would recommend looking at the Netflix TV show. Oh, Wes, they got a reaction to their Marvel Rivals counterparts, right?
Yep, and Vanessa Kirby, he liked seeing Malice's skin.
She liked it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Sequel, you better watch it.
Here we go. Costume designer, take note.
Thank you. This is my favourite bit of her as well.
That's Malice.
This
That's
is my
Malice.
favourite bit.
Very
Thank you.
popular
Guys,
skin.
Oh, she likes that. Yeah, I can dig it. Huh?
Oh, okay. It's like, oh, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe if Kevin Feige wasn't such a fucking pussy, we could have that.
I hope you bring that in. Bring that in eventually. I mean, you got her for a couple more projects, so maybe you might see a sign of Malice, right? Of Sue Storm becoming Malice?
Very
Thank you.
popular
Guys,
skin.
watch out, like I said.
But Kevin Feige's too chicken shit. Who the fuck is his face? Joseph Quinn's face. He's like,
he's just me. Look at her, bro. He's just like, the fuck.
what the fuck? That's a perfect day. Pedro's like, Jesus Christ, they're making me see lots of straight women nowadays, aren't they?
For the sequel, you better watch it.
Here we go. Costume designer, take note.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you agree, Pedro and stuff. Maybe this movie's making you come to your senses, right? Hey, Wes, he might be a changed man now, Wes.
Maybe.
Now you got a chance to kiss Vanessa Kirby. maybe that did do him a good and stuff. I mean, it's scandalous, but hey, I mean, now that you got a taste of Vanessa Kirby, maybe you might now want to be with a woman now. I like these faces. look at Paige is like, wow, beautiful woman.
She's just like, "Ugh." His brain just went monkey mode.
Yeah, he's like, huh? And then this dude's like,
this is actually a thing.
I mean, Ben Grimm does get him some too. Don't he actually date a black woman?
I'm pretty sure.
He did in the original Fantastic Four movie, that 2005 version. I think he got with a black woman. I think her name was Alice. I think her name was. I think it's a character in the comics and stuff. So somebody likes that rock. I guess somebody likes to be pegged by a rock dick now. I guess you could say that Alice likes it rock hard, right?
Yep.
Let's see. I just love their reactions.
It's great.
Paige was just talking.
This is my favorite.
Vanessa Kirby seemed to like me in that outfit. Marvel, take notes, man. Like Pedro said, take notes, man. Vanessa Kirby wants to do it. You get people back in the theaters if you do this shit. You really would, because she was not a bad Sue Storm. So people will rock with Vanessa Kirby looking like that. Come on, Kevin Feige. That's up to you, man. You got her approval. Now do it. Oh, Wes. Now we're getting a good treat though and stuff. I hope knowing Hollywood they can fuck anything up and stuff. We're getting a Wolfenstein TV show. A Wolfenstein TV show. Now that sounds good. I'm actually excited for this. Now you know how I am about the Wolfenstein franchise, right? I'm a big fan of that shit and stuff. I don't know if I should redo the Wolfenstein games and stuff. You think I should redo it?
You want to?
That's been like 2020 or something, and I recorded on the PS4. Not using the PS4. I don't know. I'll think about that one. But Wolfenstein is becoming a TV show. And that should be simple for Hollywood at least and stuff. Yeah, don't y'all hate Nazis? Y'all been complaining about hating Nazis and stuff. Here you go. You get to get to work with people killing Nazis, right, West?
Yep.
Now this should be just easy right here, just easy money right here and stuff. Cause that's literally all Wolfenstein is. BJ Blazkowicz gets and the Resistance comes in, starts killing Nazis and killing the big bosses and everything. How's that fucking hard, West?
Oh, but I think they're gonna screw it up somehow.
If they screw this up somehow,
Ow.
I swear to God, they screw this up somehow. Like this is something very simple. There's no way you could screw something like this up and stuff. I mean, and it's made by the same guys from Fallout too. So they did good with Fallout and stuff. So I'm really now having hopes. It's like, okay, so they did justice with Fallout. That means they're gonna do justice with Wolfenstein. But I'm gonna still be skeptical about it. And let's hope that it doesn't end up in production hell like Bioshock's TV show did, right? Because that was another one I was hoping for, was Bioshock, the Bioshock TV show. All right, Wes. Guess who decided to come back in? Anna. Wait. Did I say Anna Valens? Andrew Valens has resurrected. She decided to. This person decided to join our side. So what's the problem now? Now it's something you're against this shit, Andrew. Now you're against this shit. It's mighty funny how the tides are turning. So it took you that long to make you realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't have not done that shit and stuff. Maybe I should save video games and all that shit. Look at this. Look at this shit. This is this is but one reason why I hate him. The primary reason being that Kirsch had to leave her home due to threats she got from the people he riled up with his lying journalism. Yeah, nobody's forgotten about that shit, Andrew. Nobody's forgotten about that shit, what you did to that poor VTuber. He has a history of being pro-censorship for what he doesn't like. He harasses women until a CD is sent and lawyers have to get involved. He thinks it's fine to hook sex toys up to online kid games. What the fuck? Am I reading this right? Wes, tell me I did not just read that.
Oh, you read it, unfortunately.
Oh, this sick bastard.
And believe me, I'm having the Booker T line in my head too, Chopper. Tell me he didn't just say that.
Tell me he did not just say that. Shit, I keep forgetting to get that Booker T line.
I'll get it for you after this.
All right. He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that. And have kids trigger it while complaining about having thoughts of kids on his deleted Twitter account. What the fuck? I hate hypocrites, I hate monsters, and I hate people who lie about my friends. He did all three of those things. Yes, he sure did. That is sick as... Oh my god. But the reason why he decided to look the other way now is because... Funny that Anna Valens is against payment processors now because they took the content they like away from them. This screenshot is funny now. Oh, so yeah, they took your PDF file stuff out and stuff. Now you mad about that. That's the reason why you're joining us. What a fucking creep, man. No, we're talking about something that was totally different. So we didn't say bring that shit back. Andrew, you sick fuck. Jesus Christ. Look at this shit. I don't even want to read this shit. This shit makes me sick to my stomach, Wes. Oh wow. Oh, by the way, there's more. There's more to this, Wes.
Always is.
Never ever forget this piece of trash had to be threatened with legal action to stop lying about Kirsch. Oh yeah, Kirsch. That was funny as fuck too.
Yeah, we remember that.
that little letter she wrote in the
The
document.
moment that letter came, oh boy,
that was the greatest letter of all time, man. She wrote that so professionally. I could just see her just typing that so professionally with a smile on her face. She's like, Yeah, that's going to definitely stop them. Want to fuck with me? All right. Just starts typing the letter. This girl right here is a savage.
Yes, she is.
This individual harasses women and seeks to censor everything he hates. Lowly or whatever he deems as lowly included, and we already know what those definitions of lowly is. He doesn't care about this. He cares about his image and has flip flopped before when it was beneficial to him. Original Gamergate. This absolute snake in the grass is disgusting on every level. He had the audacity to DM me wanting to cling to me because I'm doing actual work. We don't have serious issues. I love you. You think it's okay to hook sex toys up to online kids with the intent of having children trigger it? Someone like you trying to insert yourself into this is damaging to fight back. They'll use you as a reason why we shouldn't be listened to. The best thing you can do is to keep your mouth shut. Even better would be a former prodigy to Kirsha and everyone else. Yeah, you need to apologize to a lot of people. You really do. He actually brought his account back, Wes.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, when you see the pirate grifting. Well, yeah, just stay out of the way. Please stay out of the way. Because they will definitely use this against you. So you already a stain as it is and stuff. So your best bet is just to stay the fuck away. And guess what? He blocks Madame Savvy because she dropped the truth bombs out there. Now he wants to put the differences aside. What was this logic at when you first did what you did? Why? Oh, now you want to put the differences aside and stuff at the you see what we all see. That's mighty funny. Then you do all the shit you do. Not to mention that disgusting video me and Wes had the pleasure and the misfortune to watch. Wes, good lord, man. That was sick in every level, Wes. That was sick in every level and stuff. And now he's crying back. Get the fuck out. Nobody wants you back. Don't look for me and Wes to show you no sympathy.
Yep, I ain't showing you nothing.
Yep. So guess what, Wes? We got another girl boss. Starting a brave woman and stuff. You ready to see this trailer?
Oh yeah, totally.
Let's see the stunning and brave. Spin ratio. What? Huh? Oh, I don't know.
Never before witnessed in the arena.
What the hell is that? Oh no! I think I know what this is, Wes.
Yep. That girl boss.
Oh shit! So they hit you with that. So here's what they did. Here's what they did. They hit you with that bait and switch. So they started off with seeing the men fighting each other, right? Like warriors, doing all your little sword fighting and all that shit, like a normal Game of Thrones type of deal or something like that, right? Oh, what were they thinking, Wes? Why?
They thought they had something.
I knew that was a bait and switch from a mile away. And so when they showed that woman, I was like, oh. And then when we go in and stuff, they show that. Oh my god, a stunning and brave woman, a black woman. What? 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 I mean, I'm not no historian. This, but if I last time I checked, weren't those type of women only in Africa? And if they did like go and do stuff like stuff like this, that they'd be reduced to like a royal like what was it called, a maid or something like that. What the? This is dead on arrival. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you get There's the modern Hollywood I was expecting to see, West.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Now you feel right at home. Look at that. We got a black stunning and brave woman. We got gay lesbians kissing. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that and stuff, but we already know what that's going to lead to, right, West?
Yep.
That woman!
God damn! Huh?
It's like an orgy going on.
They got a whole ass lesbian orgy. So I mean, that sounds fun in the long run and stuff, but like fun time to watch the long run and stuff. But we know modern Hollywood ain't gonna allow us to see that, right?
Yep.
We already know that. And that'd be too attractive to the male gaze. Ah, shit. That is funny. Damn, lots of gay kids in there. I tell you that, for sure, West. Hey, but if you're looking for that lesbian action to go on and stuff, this is for you. Oh man. Behold a sight never before witnessed in the arena. Yeah, we've seen that pretty a times before. Guys, didn't you get the memo? You don't have to destroy your own IPs anymore. My name is Diversaris Equitus Ecusis. That's basically what this is. The whole gay kisses and stuff. The black woman in somewhere where she does not need to be at. Again, rewriting history, right? I have a feeling this whole series takes place in Asher's mind upon death. What the fuck? Put a chick in it, make it lame, and make her gay. Spartacus without Spartacus. What the fuck? What is it? First black lesbian gladiator. Nah, it looked like that girl was kissing another man. I think she was having sex with another man. Probably gonna cuck him too, right? That's all we're missing now, Wes.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna happen in the show.
That the dude that she was fucking is gonna get cucked. It's only a matter of time you're gonna get cut to a woman. It's only a matter of time. They got everything. They got just about everything in the trailer. Why would you show that in your trailer? Why would you do that? You already done killed this show before it even starts. This is what I'm talking about. Hollywood just cannot help themselves. I bet you the creeps at Hollywood are just masturbating to this shit.
Yep.
Fast paced masturbating to this shit. There you go, folks. Sing a mother to a king, and I will have my reparations in this life or the next. My name is Diversus, Equitus, and Ecusis. Woo! So there you go, Wes. That's the end of Marvelous Thursday.
Oh boy.
Oh man. I was like, hey, I feel like that's not gonna be the last time we talk about Spartacus, whatever the fuck that is, right? We're gonna get called racist because we didn't like something. I'm calling it now. Got anything else to add before I end this?
Nope.
All right. So I'm gonna go try to do the Hulk Hogan tribute stuff if I'm not feeling tired and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do with that. But anyways, till next time, folks. Like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe and all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys when we do the last episode of fucking Ironheart. We just got one. Oh my god.
Just one last episode, Chopper.
Just
one last episode. We could do it.
And we don't have to worry about this shit for August, September, October, November, December. We don't have to worry about the next TV show until December. Thank fucking God, man. So, yeah. So we'll see you when we do that final episode. Oh, God. This is Chopper signing out for now. Peace.
Peace.